Hi everyone, I thought I would share with you a piece of analysis I did last night. It's on some variation of the Qc2 Nimzo-Indian called the Grand Variation, and it is very sharp, and white is going to sacrifice the exchange and a pawn, and now his king sucks up to f3 in return for some attacking chances. And I'm going to have a look at the line where white takes the pawn on e5, so I'm just going to quickly go through the moves. You see this d5 on move 4 can get awfully sharp. And now black has 4 different moves. Let's have a look at them in order. King d7, then now comes queen takes g7 attacking the rook, rook e8, bishop b2, rook e7 defending f7, but now d5 opening up the diagonal for the bishop to join into the attack, check, king g3, f5, queen g8, and white's strong bishop pair in an open position, the weak black king and black's queen and knight out of the game should give white a winning attack. So that can be discredited straight away. Another line is king d8 or king f8, which is also really bad. Queen takes c7, and now mate is threatened on f7, and black has 2 moves here. If bishop g4 check, king takes g4, queen takes f2, now knight f3 can be played. If queen takes g2 check, then king f4, and now the rook can't be taken because f7's going to go with checkmate, so queen g6, now queen c5 check, king g8, and now the crushing move, queen e7. Well, this looks bad because black can get the queens off, and then it's equal material, but now there's a crushing combination with rook g1 check, king f8, and bishop d2. You see black's knight is going to get trapped. And rook g1 check is important because after knight c2, bishop d3, the king has to be on f8 because now black can't play knight takes a3 because bishop b4 check will fork the king and knight. And black's losing a piece and will be equivalent to a piece behind the material, plus the double f pawns and white's bishop pair. This is resignable. So that doesn't work for tactical reasons. If bishop e6, then you can play bishop takes, pawn takes, queen d6 check is one way to win. If king f7, knight h3, queen takes h1, knight g5 check, and now if king g8, then we have this. If king g6, we have queen takes e6 check, and now it is mate to whatever black does. If the knight is taken, then you mate with this combination. If king h5, we have knight f7 threatening a mate with queen g4. If queen d1 check, king g3 and h6, we take the rook, and after takes we mate with this combination. It's a very beautiful mate that as well with just the king, where the king that was sucked up the board actually helps white win. And now back in the original position. If black plays a stronger king e8, we take an e6. Now we fork the king and rook. We check here. After king c8, queen e7, and now knight d6 and queen takes b7 mate is threatened. So if king b8, then queen e5 check, king c8, queen takes g7, attacking the rook. Now so rook d8 is forced. Now we take. King takes. And now if you have a look, all black's pieces are in the corner and aren't doing anything. White has 3 pawns as well for the rook after bishop b2, a quiet but killing move. If rook c8, then d5 and black is busted. If queen takes h2 here, then bishop takes a1, queen h5 check, king e4, queen g6, After queen takes, h takes. It's equal material, but white's winning this easily because the king and two connected central pass pawns and the bishop are going to win easily because black's rook and king aren't going to be able to do anything. So that was one very interesting line, and that is why king f8 should not be played. And also possible after f takes e6 a few moves ago as well is the aesthetically pleasing rook sacrifice. Takes knight g5. Now f7 is under attack, so the only way to defend is with check followed by queen h5. But now comes knight takes e6 check. And if king g8 then queen takes g7 mate, and if king e8 then knight takes g7 wins the queen. So king f8 can easily be discredited. However, there is two stronger moves. One is king d8, which may lead to queen g5 check, f6, queen takes g7, forking the rook and pawn, rook e8, queen takes f6, rook e7, and now queen f8 check. And this finish leads to a draw. This, I mean, but we're trying to win with black pieces here, so this isn't good enough. King d7, and now knight e2, queen takes h1, queen f5 check, and we have a perpetual. Because if black tries to avoid it with king c6, then we have this continuation where he is mated for being greedy. So the critical line is bishop e6, and after bishop takes e6, black has two moves here. He can either take the bishop or he can castle. Let's have a look what happens if he takes the bishop. If f takes, then queen takes e6, king d8, queen d5, forking b7 and the king, so king c8 is forced, and now you check here, driving the king to b8, and now the killer or the quiet move, bishop b2. And if knight b3 and d5, opening up the bishop to come into the attack, knight d2 check, king g4, queen d1, king h3, g6, and queen e5 hitting the rook on h8. Now if rook d8, then knight f3, another rook sack. You see white usually has to sack the rook on h1 because it draws black's queen out of play so it can't defend and brings the knight into the game with tempo. So it has to be taken. And queen e7, and now black has to play rook c8. If black plays rook g8, which looks natural, it is killed by d6 and it's going to be mate. If rook c8, then white mates with this continuation. If c takes d6, then there is a long forced mate with this continuation. And now two moves do it here. There's bishop f6, and the only way to try and stop mate is to run away, but this leads to this continuation. Or knight g5, and there is no way to stop all the mating threats, for example. Well, there's just nothing can be done. So black can't play rook g8 and has to play rook c8 or king c8. If rook c8, then d6 again, but this time knight takes f3 is played, and after d takes c7, rook takes c7. The bishop now can't come to e5 because the knight is covering the square. So queen f8, rook c8, queen f4, and it's a perpetual check. Another way is king c8, black can try, but now comes queen e6 check, king b8, queen e7, and now king c8, and then white can move back to e6, and it's also a draw. If white tries to be greedy with bishop f6, then this is hammered by b6, creating a flat square for the king. Takes, king b7, queen e7, and now knight takes f3 is crushing. Because if the knight is taken, then black takes with check, and can begin his own attack, and will also be material up like a rook up, and therefore winning. So bishop e6 doesn't look like it's going to win. So black can try the other continuation, which is the castle. Now the point is that both white's bishops are on pre. So white can't save both. So let's say bishop f5. Then there's queen takes c1. And now, to be honest, now black's castle, there isn't much white can do. Say g4, rook a8, queen f4, knight c2, g5, and now Stockfish suggests you can just safely take the pawn. And now black's also got these two connected queenside pass pawns, h4, knight c4. There's nothing white can do here, and white's down a lot of material, and he's probably going to lose. So in conclusion, I'm gonna go through this line that leads up to the position once again. Now in this position, if you're white, don't take on e5, because this continuation I've shown leads to black consolidating the extra material. I think bishop b2 is a correct way to keep the initiative, adding more pressure to e5 and attacking the knight and getting the bishop out of capture. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this analysis, and I have someone who wants to say something. You might say hello into the mic.
GB Centrics here. Please subscribe to the GB Origin for some sweaty gameplay.
Thank you. Yes, I'm doing this at my mate's house here because I'm that sad. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed this piece of analysis and you'll try it in your own games. I hope you're enjoying the website, and our Facebook page has now exceeded 100 likes. So remember, if we get 150 likes, then we're giving someone a free VIP membership for 1 month to chesscube.com. And please leave any comments and thoughts, and see you on YouTube. Thanks very much.